Uh, Hello everybody, long time no see. How are you doing? Hope you're doing better than me. Uh, but- yeah, but I wanna heal first. Where was the hotel? It's not here. Is it here? Yep. So yeah, let's just gonna continue our playthrough of Trails in the Sky. Not that I remember what we were doing last time. But yeah, I figured we have to go to the castle. We won the tournament, which is it's not easy. Now we get to attend a banquet at the house, the castle. Level 31, level 33. Where's our Oh yeah, I remember he got dragged back to his embassy. Well, are you going to the castle already? Just a reminder, since we are going to be staying there after the party, won't be able to leave until morning. Okay. Stupid bots. Haven't streamed in a month and not even 5 minutes in my first stream. They show up. That gets to show you I'm so small that that only the bots care about me. Wait, Joshua, wasn't Chloe going to the capital right about now? Now that you mention it, she did say she'd meet us before the birthday celebration started. She should definitely be here by now. Yeah, none. There wasn't a girl about our age named Chloe who came around asking for us, was there? We'd promised to meet up here. Chloe, you say? No, I'm afraid no one by that name has been here. Oh, raspberries. Maybe we should have asked where she was staying. She mentioned some rich relatives. No, that's not much of a lead, I suppose. I'm sure she's simply running late, and we'll try to contact you shortly. If she comes by, I'll be sure to let you know immediately. Congratulations! A big match like that is going to be burnt into my brain for a long time to come. I hope I can work alongside you guys one day. You can work alongside us every day, Karna. Just say you want to. Hey, congratulations! That was an impressive match. Seeing young bracers in action is a pretty big motivator for the rest of us. I can't just let myself get left behind, you know. There's no one here? Yeah, I figured. What are you talking about? Let's just go to the bloody castle. Yes, we're going to the castle. Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Let's have official business here. You need to leave. Hey! Hi there! You're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See, right here, written invitation. Is my microphone working? I don't... Forgot to check, but apparently it is. Yeah, we handed over our invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you're cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay. You guys were in the martial arts competition? Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So, is that you? Hehe, you got it. We would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The headmate told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Ah, well, that's a pity. No matter, please go in. Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate. That's a big gate. It's a double gate. Wow. It's like the Heikan gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's the real castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenburg wall. The capital's been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Gransel Castle. Go right on in. You'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. Oh, I should have probably went to the church. Or not. Whoa! You can say that again? Never seen anything that compares to this place. It's all just pretty. It's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Gransel Castle. Is this the headmate? You're Zin and his team, correct? That's correct. I'm all there. This isn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right, we come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are? Pardon me, I'm Captain Canonia Molte of the Intelligence Division, head of Gransel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. You're too kind, really. May I say, I did not know they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russo is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. Yep, that was us. You don't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left that case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Gransel. We never even heard the follow-up report on it. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the hell's with her? Understood. You trust to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Sure, if you would please do the honors. Yes, ma'am. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am, I understand. Haha, very good. Now everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Now that is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Zin, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers. So to speak. You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor! Oh, sorry about that. You're supposed to show us to our room, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I am Shade, a maid here at the castle. I will be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us the room then? Certainly, it's on the second floor. I guess I will not be able to explore the castle, which is truly sad. Oh wow! Get a lot of Dutch chandelier. Talk about classy. Precious tale. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come on then, shall we? This is the room where you'll be staying. Please, go on in. Okay. Pardon us. We have 3 beds, but only 1 chair. Holy Stregas! I never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this. Nice! This will make a good story for later. I believe there's still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the Royal Keep, where the Queen resides. It's a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grancel from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the Royal Keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the Royal Guard Room and also the Treasury, I believe. Royal Guard Room? I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all that terrorist stuff? Yes, the Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing? They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective room. Alright. So, Mayor Klaus is here too? Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. Sten and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey Zin, I want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. Huh, it must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem, have fun. Me, I'm going to kick back and relax on this in this also luxurious room. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we have to talk to the head maid, Hilda. I'd like to say hello to the other invitees too. We likely know most of them. Ah, Joshua Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins, you were invited to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. You and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect and liberal. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. Man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. What's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state. Wow, sounds big. So all those guys have been invited here tonight too? No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill and General Morgan is away on official military business, yeah sure. And Mayor Dalmor of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell, he is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. Don't know how true all this talk is of the road guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. Sorry, I had to sneeze really hard. It's hardly a time to be holding a feast at all if you ask me. Oh, yeah, sure. Depends with what's the target of this party? Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Dunnan stands on all of these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Claudia's the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere, but I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then? I'd really love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have a chance. Sadly, we probably won't. There's nowhere here. There, Mabel! And Lawa. Joshua is still. Ah, here at last. I keep wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us. How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I had known, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, man, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet, what with everything else going on. What is Duke Dunnan thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me too, I had no real choice but to accept. Do you mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hakan Gate? The General is unavailable, is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd been in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this, well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy chubby hands. He is letting this position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bosse post-haste. Yeah, there was no here. Still, Joshua, Mr. Murdoch, Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in the hobnobbing in the Gransal Castle. As useless kids to the bone you are. It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amalthea from the intelligence division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Leaston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't gonna be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't, but don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. And there's no one here. What's that note? Let me read it! There's a note here. Yeah, so this is a restaurant. Oh. Take me. Not where I want to be right now. Okay, this is the garden. Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. It says so, you can see the whole lake from here. It overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. Got a job to do. Yes, but I'll check a couple of other things first too. This is the throne room. Can I sit on the throne? Apparently no. This is the royal crest. It's absolutely nothing interesting. So few people, we can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. Yeah, not suspicious at all. This is the administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling of Labrador takes place. With Her Majesty, we are taking orders from the Duke. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry. Okay, so we can't go there. Okay, kitchen. Yeah. Okay, what's this door here? Sadly, it's closed. You know why all these guests are really here? Because the Duke got bored, that's why. That man makes so much work for me, I swear. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now preparing for the banquet. Where's the head maid? This is just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire on more. No good end either, I'm sure. Just passed Duke Dylan in the hall a moment ago. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. So rude. Agree. Oh, is everything alright? Has something happened? No, not at all. I just wanted to look around a bit. I see. It will be a bit longer yet before dinner is ready. In the meantime, please feel... Yep. Have I missed someone? Yes, I mean... But I doubt they'll let me go out. Oh, we talked to Mayor Mabel here. Talked with these guys. Good, I saw someone up there. What are those people at the intelligence division up to? Taking important documents without official permission. Let's see, here was one. Yep, talked with him. I haven't missed anyone. There was only this guy here that doesn't want to give us food or drinks. Oh, the only way is up the garden now. Oh, this must be the royal keep. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. You've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey! The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire as to what's going on here? Madame, we didn't know you were back already. Middle-aged woman, the dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a Bracer's social standing would ever be invited here. A Bracer's social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. But madame, we can't just allow them to pass. Sure, do you understand the reasons that the colonel laid out? Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madame. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I am the head maid of Gransel Castle and I oversee all the housekeeping duties. Aha! We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. I know this handwriting, you see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. Okay, this is getting interesting. I understand. And we have a wild Syrian chat. They don't care about. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? You could ask Hilda to relay the professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face to face. There are just too many particulars we don't know that we'd really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunnan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood, we'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room. Okay, so I know which room is this now. Well, okay, so back to our room. At least that's easy enough, I think. Well, this was not our room. This was our room. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors. Well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You do sure get around for junior bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in our countries, right? Right, for a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Gransel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shira back in Roland. Now, that name rings a bell. You don't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you? You know her? She's our mentor and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvert. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably dead. Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in. Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then, then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners. And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please, don't encourage her. That note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research, however, I am a firm believer in the when in libero do as the librarians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. Don't really need that much skill to use knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed, you're such a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. You flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than a lech though. Anyway, his grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for? Oh, I can think of a guy. Indeed. Perhaps it's the intendant for Princess Claudia. Nope. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Yep. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. Lies? This gentleman is Colonel Richard, why am I not surprised? Commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I have invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. You gotta be kidding, we're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Excellent. What say you, Mayor Mabel? What do you think of Gransel Castle's Master Chef? Is this cooking not on par with that found in Boss's Anterose restaurants? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. You're not the first to say such things. What a view, Zen, wasn't it? Is the food you're liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Burlean cuisine though. Good, I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers, I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious, far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Oh god. Thank god he's stupid enough to not realize this. Indeed, it's a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food. And we cannot miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say so. Yep, he's dumb, he's stupid. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the Ruan incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes sir, maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy it to your heart's content. Your Grace, if you could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. Announcement? And what might that be? I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. Oh, this will not be interesting. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. Yeah, I don't doubt that. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could you possibly go and check in on her? Fortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Yeah, she. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrors plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you're correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunham. Yeah, I kinda doubt that. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yep, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible, is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I am ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity? What is credulity? Don't understand that word. And this is the first time that I hear it. Let's see. Disposition to believe too readily. Weak or ignorant disregard of the natural strength of the evidence upon... Okay, I get it now. Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Fair Mabel, are you saying that you cannot take his grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable. We do ask that you try and maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we are telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace. Well, yes, this is true. Bullshit! He's too stupid to make a decision like that. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely, you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. It makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebration. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct? I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. If this all comes to pass, we are going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia, the Venipede spawn. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely! For the time being, I believe it would be best for Gloria to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. That's why they took her hostage. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Then? I don't mind, speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. Can you believe him? I guess Liberals, military and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say. That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Well, yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I bet that was huge news for you guys though. Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already. Huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing and it particularly melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavor was though. Understandable enough. But anyway, do you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played tourist a little while ago and now you want to take an after dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. You gotta be kidding, you're still hungry? If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get him to see Her Majesty. First things first, we go talk to the head maid Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Why are you alone? Colonel's points are all very logical and rational, but I believe it would be best to get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness the Princess directly. Where's Klaus? Can't believe the Queen's so worried she's considering abdication. Princess Claudia choosing a husband at her age? Events are... there's Klaus. Events are unfolding so quickly, I hardly have time to react. I think that's their intention. What a shock this banquet has been. Duke Dunham's official successor to the throne. If anything could bring on a migraine, it's that. Seems it was a banquet to remember, and now my mistress has yet another worry to wrinkle her brow. Oh. Oh, it's you? What? Oh, just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Colonel Richard. Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. The last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmor was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realized that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How do you find that out? Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colio, but you don't have a meeting with His Grace? Don't mind being a bit late. Ah yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me then, why does she hate us? It was his idea, not ours. We won't try to refuse. Now then, shall we return to the lounge? Please follow me. Joshua, what should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the headmate later. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? What did you think of him at the time? Put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. So you were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my CEO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as he executed his plan to turn the war's tide. Anytime I get to talk about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Libero would now be part of the Rebonian Empire. No way. That's kinda hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen, so few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be. He never said one word about any of this to me. Well, it's not really the kind of thing that you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all of this or something? Well, I didn't know what he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice! Hey, calm down! It's not like he told me any of it, I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, Maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. Our apologies for making you so late. Not though, you both have told me one thing that I wanted most to know. And thus I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? Haha, I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. He knows something. Okay, who was that man and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just that it's weird that to hear him talk about that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of that aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I hate to say it, but I think that he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? Might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe what you think is right, huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I see a bracer's job. It's pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the maid quarters. Still, Joshua! So, have you met with Her Majesty? Okay, not yet. Wow, there wasn't anyone there last time. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. Kinda got caught by Colonel Richard. Did you now? He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to though. I see. Ah yes, the letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, do you know our dad too? He used to come here when he worked as Gerald Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Princess, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father? Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Shea. Oh, hey, aren't you... Shea, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well and stable, Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. Won't find a more dependable child. He's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia? That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you are ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. Oh, we have a garboard door in chat. What? Oh, let me check that garboard door really quickly. Okay, I do have it. What? What do you mean? You still is going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. Yo, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Yeah, me, in a maid's outfit? I've been wanting to try one on since we first met Lawa. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Yeah, not this one. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, they'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me. Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. Don't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, right? Aren't you? Eh? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in women's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not all that shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Get the jokes, will you? Hilda, share. Help me out here. Say something. Anyone? You see, that shouldn't pose a problem. Share, don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. He has that full dark hair, so it would probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote, majority rules. This way please, we can use this as a changing room. Oh, Joshua. Wait a minute, I don't remember ever agreeing to changing. Not like anyone asked you. Alright, if I have to change I can do it myself. Shit, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Oh my, ta-da! Hey, what do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training, and after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Cranswell Castle for real when it's all settled? Well, we already work as bracers, so anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here! No chance I can talk you out of this. Not at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine, you're impossible sometimes. Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the Royal Keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're finally gonna meet the Queen in person. Yes, this is the do-or-die moment. You just have to stay focused and get to the Royal Keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me, this is your idea. I can't believe you've got the nerve to pick on. Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you, I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We are out of time, let's go to the Royal Keep. Go. Okay, wait just a second, I need to have some water. I'm not used to talking that much, you see. See any particular interest here? Well, let's go. Hilda! What business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes after all. Such harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them. His Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Pause. Huh? Where did I get the feeling we've met before? Lap. Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Hey, it's not like that. You're the elite of the Royal Army. We wouldn't do that. All's well then. Now, will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. Oh my god. Phew, that was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You are a real lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think it's okay as is. Boy clothes, now! Boy clothes, now! Oh, for the love of, why are you always so self-conscious? What was wrong with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it's Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. Huh, no kidding. I heard that the princess was tending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip then. I'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Your room is on the second floor of the Royal Keep. I'll take you there. We have only one room here, so... I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I have brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter, as you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right. Pardon us. Oh. Yeah, he's those sick as people say. I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Oslese. I'm the 26th monarch of the nation of Libero. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. And I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua, I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please, have some and relax. I see, so Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orband capable of negating all other orbital energies. And you said that the Colonel has acquired it? The Professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there is no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Granso. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Oh, so that's where the locked door in the basement leads to? Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow. So, it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. And something like that is beneath Granso? So, what does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to hold the artifact's functions? Could it do that? Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble is on the way. Honestly, just as I start to think maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. But when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, That's when us bracers come in. Won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter. You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests from me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told? Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role that I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh yes, absolutely. It is no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that's something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Libero. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Hakan Gate. What seemed like scant moments, all of Libero became occupied territory save for Granso. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Granso too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been deployed and were used to recapture Libero's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one using ships launched from Leeston Fortress. Zeiss ruined Bosse Roland. With their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind this plan for a counter-offensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. This is Richard, and this is the what was Admiral or something. It was your father, a general, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasures most in all the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of a bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. That idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that? Oh, Tortuga in chat. Still, yes, you're correct. Even though all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so, I'm sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Libero in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Still, you have a kind heart and I'm grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now more than ever. Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? Julia, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. Thank you, I'm grateful for your willingness to do so. but if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius's absence, I know of no apologies that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But, if I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it has held for now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua, if the colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, if he succeeds in making the Duke the new king of Liberal, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that. Your Majesty, right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got that letter in the package and we've been running our own creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace, so that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, and just like Mom and Dad, I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right. I really want to see it through. Estelle, it seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty? My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Aha, so the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes, this coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Dunnan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention, the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that Liberal would become a strong military power, with the colonel ruling from the shadows. See, that finally lets us see the whole picture. So, if Liberal became a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to the war chest. Horrible weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted, and no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Raw Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool, did you actually just call the queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thing and help her. That's definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do it whatever we can. Right. But you know, I'm still freaking out about what the queen told us about that. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Still, then Joshua, he'll finish changing. Oh yeah. Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late? The queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's up to make the guards suspicious. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair. But please, relax. We are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. Now, I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. Hey, we asked them. Lena, Cheryl, Dorothy. That's a very modern name. Pardon my saying so, but it just doesn't sound right for you. Ain't that the truth? How about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say. That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. Are you now? Alright, we're with the Special Ops. My name is... That's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Yeah, please be safe on your way home. Oh, yeah. Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes so changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there. Oh, my leg. What's all that noise about? Yo, Duke Dunham. Ah, it's a lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar. These two are of the new hires whom I'm instructing. This is Dorothy and that's Karen. They are still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Did he recognize us? Not good. Yeah, how many times I've run into him? It would be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip. Enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all. Please, pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for all the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please, don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you'd look best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I'm honored. Yes. Dorothy, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening. Your Grace, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All of the maids in the castle work directly in service of Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then. Your Grace, please, no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was just joking. Enough, I'm going to bed. As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Well, alright, Dorothy. Just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thank you very much. Aren't you cute? Yes, good, good. That he is disgusting. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please, set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madame and young Missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the ones he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Alright, back to before, I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see, still, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. You'd have whispered something in Estel's ear. Now do you understand? Yes? Hopeless. Completely hopeless. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open, she's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? Not this, I wanted to talk. Yeah. What, may I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Captain Motier. Hey, good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us, we've simply never been in a castle like this and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So, where were you? So, where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. Kitchen? Oh, that's strange. I was making my rounds through there and I never saw you. Well, come, let's not waste time on games. Actually, I've received reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters several times. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So, what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Well, Oh, Estelle, Joshua. You've been here the whole time? Zin. Why is he shaking? Oh, that explains it. Whoa, now that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops, hey, sorry. Ah, hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice, some luck that we met up again, eh? Yeah, I suppose. So, what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. Emir wanted to know their business simply as a security precaution. Yeah, I totally getcha. I just sent them off to find some munches to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? Oh, there was a Jinx in chat. No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Oh well, we'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You wanna come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late, we should probably just get to bed. Haha, very good then. Now, if you excuse us. Oh, denied. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room. Right, we'll go with you. Looks like we managed to convince her at least. What? Zin, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. No way, your face had even got overhead. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised me the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So, what's the story? What story? I would have thought it would be obvious. The story of you meeting with the queen. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Delnon tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. How much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. Zin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there, read it. It will explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zin Vatek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Libero, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Do I persuade you to come to Libero and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to Libero before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration and foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Libero before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassia's bride. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices of the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So, Dad actually asked you to come to Libero? Which means he's in Erebonia now? That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it. What it means is that you are in cahoots with him all along. That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset, once I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow staff. I asked Kilika about it and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything, but I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen, I suppose so. He knows this much, it wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree. It would probably be best to fill Zin in on everything. It is a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own after all. Steve and Joshua thought of how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. But you will? Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. What's this place? Oh, I was asking this question, not reading it. I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. Haha! It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Warrens, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Whoa! Is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, so this must be the Archaisms. Holy shit! You took out that thing in one stroke. Haha, you are the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave man, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Libero. I expect only the best of each of you. By your order, sir. We have the special ops, we'll work as one for the colonel. For the glory of Libero. Yeah. I understand the situation. You've both performed admirably. I am amazed that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we are really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Wow! 20,000 Mira and 10 bracer points. And we're still third class. Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. You need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I could not possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are several ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zen. Well, I may be A ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A rankers across the continent, but above that there's an informal S rank. That one's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale, and there are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Whoa, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Raw army soldier, hidden hero, divine blade, S-rank bracer. If he's really so damned awesome, then it sure would be so nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. Haha, you may be right. If he were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least it's just the impression I have. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire. Am I correct? No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being... They have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah, never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that two major events happened to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius's help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grand Soul branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act, but we are no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all Bracers in Grand Cell, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches. But the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be to stifle the activity of a part of any royal guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we are going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun, but we're up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Urbe Royal Villa. Yeah, I thought so as well. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leaston Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going to be going against here, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with the reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall? Hey, Suppressor, how are you doing? How is your work day going? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So, in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So, off to the cathedral then. There are four other bracers in the city: Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annelies. Check the bars and their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. Working lurking. Have a nice work day, man. I hope it's better than mine was. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, then off we go. This is a JRPG called The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. And it has two sequels that I intend to play after this one. It's a the battle system is turn-based. I don't... Wait, let me just check the second floor. Oh, no. No one of... I should talk to people. I'm not sure this game is to your liking, to be honest. Let's talk. It's positive and amazing how much money I've made after in the martial art competition. We depend on the festivities this time of year to make ends meet. If we're in the red, we're dead. If we're in the black, we'll be back. The hell? They have 127,000 mira. That's quite nice. Mine's... Okay, let's get one action tree. One evade, just to be sure. Oh yeah, we need to... we don't have a save in a long time, so let's save just... Okay, we'll change evade 2 with evade 2 here. Change action to action 3. Let's upgrade his as well. I think poison is the best hit. Okay, let's visit the art shop. Was this it? The airship platforms are completely closed as of today. That's bad. Yep. Oh, that's it. Thought you would have something more interesting. Those black carbon soldiers have been all over the town lately. Such a commotion. Is Her Majesty still sick? I just have no idea what will become of her birthday celebration. Oh, hey Karna! Hi Karna! Hey, look who is it! Oh, you've got Old Man Zin with you. What's going on? Well, it's a long story. Uh-oh, sounds serious. Explain the situation and the Queen's request, Karna. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down. So, what did you want with me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan, so if you would please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. Gardner is so dependable. Yep. I agree with that statement, Shepard. Now check the second floor here. It's important to listen to one's customers. I mean, they pay the bills, you know. I've always felt that if a customer needs help after hours, I mean, really needs help, then I'm glad to stay late and do what I can. Gotta make sure Zacharias signs off on it though. And if I do it too often, he'll tell me to take a hike. Okay, there is no one that I need to talk to here. Hey, it's Grant. Oh, he was a bracer. Well, if it isn't the big bad champions. I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good? Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh, something on your mind? Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? You're not, every word is true. I'd stake my reputation on it. If Zinda Immovable is moved by this, that's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on it. Thanks, Grant. We'll be meeting at the guild house to plan our strategy as soon as possible. So if you'd please, head over there when you can. Understood. Go well, friends. I'll catch up with you there. Don't worry, the festivities will not be cancelled, my friend. Can I take that purple bottle there? Apparently not. So, where was the church? Well, I am where I need to be, so let's go to the church. What's that? Kid orders. Are you looking for Sister Ewan per chance? I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. He would be in the Sacramental Chamber to the southeast of this room. Only I knew where north is. Why is the bloody door locked? Oh. And who might you be? You're members of the Bracers, the Bracer Guild, I mean. You are looking for a Sister Ewan? Who are you now? Might I guess that you share complicity with her then? With a nun? You know! He is asking if you know her real identity still. Very heavy with information she asks us to find. Sort to say she's no longer at the cathedral. Came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to, I mean? Do you know where she might have gone? If only I did. I've been close with the royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time, she refused to give me any details. No doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. Confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least, but the thing is, we kind of need her to stay in touch with the royal guardsmen. Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. The best thing we could do is covertly keep an eye out for the royal guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got. We seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Ideals helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Ideals will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path. If you say so. For every meeting there must always be parting. Each goodbye is a new hello in waiting. Yeah. Oh, their ships are stopped. I was already to go cover the anti-rolls in Bosse. Now I have to think of something else to write. Crow of Fate, why must you mock me so? Dorothy, this is weird, Chief. We haven't heard anything in 2 days. Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. But given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. Oh, hi guys. Hello, Dorothy. Pardon us. Yeah, it's the tournament champions. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Libero News. Niall and Dorothy have told me quite a bit about the two of you. Still and Joshua of the Bracer Guild, right? Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've always enjoyed your magazine. Well, that's always good to hear. Why don't you two drink something for Niall? Oh, yes. That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything. Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening, 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him, for Adios' sake. Came here to talk to him after the semi-finals. Oh, right, now that you mention it. So, did he say anything to you? Like, where he was going? Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone, then he said he had to leave. Are you serious? Yes. We haven't seen hide nor hair from him since. Oh no, I can't believe Niall's dead. Well, who said he was dead? Today is when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province? I already inquired with the landing port's passengers registry. There was no sign of him. So I figured he has still to be somewhere in town. You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Were you talking to him about something for a news article? Huh? These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief? I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the intelligence division. They monitor and censor everything we do. Couldn't believe how frustrating it is. Which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. See, so he went to check out a new subject that the intelligence division hasn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing he told us about? I think it was about... The Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, Niall told you about that too? It would make a hell of a story if it's true. You mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I'd have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family. Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the Erbe royal villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess. So she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. I knew it! Ha! And the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa. Which would mean that Niall's probably there too. Don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot. No, Niall's a goner. Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah. I'm betting that he and Princess Gloria are pretty much in the same situation. What exactly do you people know? Do you have inside information about what's going on in this city, in all of Libero? Sorry, but we really can't talk about it. Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright, please do whatever you can. Please, you guys, you gotta bring Niall back. Leave it to us. I promise you he's not dead. Please, Estelle, I beg you, please save Niall. Niall was so reckless when he first started his job, really. He still is pretty reckless, but that's probably why he always gets the goods. Someone like Rick would never be able to understand the passion that wells deep within me. Somebody save me! Wait, Anton, that's me! Right now, Anton's not talking to me, but we all go through patches. Well, the shopkeeper seems to be in an uproar over something just now. What the heck happened? Hey, Annalise, well, if it isn't Zin and the new recruits, back from the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Annalise, could we have a moment of your time? You hear something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, if by juice you mean spit your juice all over the door in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Oh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. Don't really get all of this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Right, Telnan will fill you in on all the details. Okay then, I'll go and see what's up. Okay, we need to find just one more. This is my imagination, or are there fewer things on the shelves than usual? You heard it here first. Queen Alicia loves tea, like adores it. Sometimes some of her royal aides come to buy our teas. I take some small measures of pride in selling the same teas to the queen loves so much. Ooh. Don't worry about the birthday celebration. Yeah, I don't have any job here. I explored all the sewers. I mean, I should probably grind some levels, but I don't really wanna. I've been instructed to keep Olivia from leaving the embassy premises. I would probably refrain from acting on his behalf too, at least for the time being. The History Museum. Since I'm here, let's look around. Yeah, now that you mention it. I got a letter from the museum director in Bose. Apparently he's stuck there thanks to the archives being grounded. Look who's here. Library's history is quite long and more than a little sordid. These roots go back more than 1,000 years as I understand it. Wait, Library's only been Library as long as the royal family's been around? So are you telling me the royal family is that old? They are, and I for one would love to tour the inside of that castle, see what ghosts I could dig up. You two got to see the inside of it yesterday, did you not? Tell me, what was it like? Well, it was pretty old and historic, I guess. There was definitely a lot to see in there, but we weren't really given much of a chance to see it. I'm afraid there's nothing we can really tell you that you wouldn't already know. Oh, I see. That's too bad. I suppose I'll have to wait until the castle is reopened to the public. Not surprised, the museum is pretty much empty. Bullshit publication. Yeah, so this is where you buy tickets from. Oh, I don't really have any job here, so... Yep, I did. I'd give up fishing altogether. If you just come home, I think he's talking about his wife. Grand card analysis. Need to find one more, but where be? Yeah, he's not here. Easy conversion to restaurant. Okay. Can I buy it? Where the hell is the fourth bracer? It came from. Oh yeah, maybe he's the whole bill. Yeah, he is. I wish I could remember that time a little better. It's like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Oh, hi Kurt. It's good to see you here. Hi Estelle, hi Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too. Didn't you know that we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment. What major assignment? I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. You're serious? Of course we are. That's why we really need your help. No, that's not it. I admit that I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. But the black Gorman that the colonel has, it's real? Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale. Ugh. Ah. What's going on? Is he remembering stuff? Step away from him. Huh? Ah. Shade. Lift. What was that? You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted. Oh, we have a Heliolisk in chat. I have a Heliolisk. It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without directly physical. I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling? Ah, wow, actually a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it is coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright. So what do you remember? Didn't I say before, there was an accident around 3 months ago. You lost your memories while you were working, right? Yes, someone had tasked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And then I took something suspicious from them. It was the Black Ormond. So the person who gave you the assignment, yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him, but that's really as far back as I can remember. So, the K on that package was you? Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it, the package was delivered to you too. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes, after I left the port, someone called out to me. And then... It's no good. It's all still one big blur. You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely you just caused strain that you can't handle yet. Yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Which brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe those special op guys? It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on Agate after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss? Now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandits boss and Mayor Dalmore to consider. You have to be really careful. I'm sorry, I don't have anything to tell you. I know that Her Majesty asked you... I know what Her Majesty asked you. I want to help if you let me. But are you sure you'll be okay? Sure, my memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please allow me to make it up to you. If you're feeling up to it, sure. We need to work out our strategy. For now, let's meet back at the guild. Alright, you have my thanks. So I think... Time to bust out the pouty face. Let's go back to the guild. Yeah, don't worry, Her Majesty is fine. The other bracers are already assembled. Have you heard from the rogue guardsman or the reporter? Sorry sir, no contact. But we believe we've gathered the intelligence we need. Joshua explained everything they learned from the cathedral and the library on News HQ. I see, we can conclude that there's certainty that Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you were unable to make contact with the rogue guardsmen, but at least we know now they haven't been captured. Shall we get started then? Yes, we need to start working on all the details of the rescue operation. Uh, Are you all up to date on the pertinent details of the intelligent division's planned coup d'etat? Here, I'll be right back. I need to go get some water. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. Are you all up to date on the pertinent details of the intelligent division's plan? Coup d'etat then. Given this information, we should consider ourselves under contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I am ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of those special ops troops from the very beginning, but I really trusted Colonel Richard, and he was behind the Sky Bandits and Mayor Dalmore. We got completely snowed, and we can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. Can you all be counted on to cooperate in this assignment? Damn straight. Just lead the way. I owe these guys some black eyes, rhyme intended. Count me in for sure. This is gonna be good. They got strong allies, who prevail without a doubt. Now, let me explain the details of this mission. You have to move fast, as there are lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How we will be divided? We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember though, we are dealing with the intelligence division's special ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're really teaming with teams here. But why do we need those? The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, and then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team will attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter the villa more easily. Ah yeah, I guess that's good point, even though it's a little bit. But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. Contacted our other guild branches, but with their ships grounded, we're pretty much on our own. Well, crap. If only we had Shira and Agate. However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine this strategy. If numbers are all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance. Haha! Hey! Lieutenant Schwartz! Well now, if this isn't sister military. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm Rogue Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. The Rogue Guardsmen are here at your disposal for this operation. Understood, your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourselves. My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour. That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try to save the hostages? We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared. Did you? My apologies. All I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night. Last night? We'd only just met with the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours? I don't. Let's leave it at no, Estelle. More importantly, the Guardsmen's assistance will give us the extra forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams. Indeed, with this additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately. Roger that. You need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say those Rogue Guard uniforms should definitely catch their attention. My thoughts exactly. We'll target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the Herbe Scenic route. Wait a sec, aerial squadron, you don't mean? I'm afraid she does. It's on the Scenic route's outskirts? Now that you mention it, there is a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there's only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it, that's some good decoying right there. And then, when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops up and takes them all out, right? We should form that ambush team. I knew all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush would pay off one day. And we've got a gunner too. We'll be able to handle this no problem. Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy too. I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Rogue Guardsmen. The special ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them. So that leaves us for the rescue team. All of the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task. Sheesh, no pressure. Yeah, there's no need to worry. We will persevere. History favors the just. Besides, you guys are the Grand South Martial Arts Competition champions. We'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force busy. Hopefully, all you need to worry about are the hostages. Julia, Elnan, Zin. We, Estelle, the word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will. You're right. You're so right. We're gonna kick some special ops, special asses. That's the spirit, and that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace. Man, this is getting pretty real. I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan. Alright everyone, tonight, here, got it? So, if you're going to grind some levels, now is the time. Looks like you haven't had a moment's rest since everything started. Take a minute now and get everything squared away. I'll leave the breaking and entering to you guys. What, you guys can totally do this. Intelligence is resorting to using hostages. That's just disgusting. Let's go save us a princess. We're the only ones who can possibly pull this off, so let's get to pulling. Yeah, we'll do that a bit later, my friend. Because first I want to go train a little bit.
Good to go.
I don't think the experience will be worth it, but let's see. Nope, the experience is not worth it. So yeah, forget the grinding. Ah, here you are, good. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city, so... It's okay, we're ready. Understood. Let's review the operation. So, are we going to meet back here? Oh, this is the Umbral Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The only real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and her men can get here undetected. No need to worry about that. Wow, when did you get here? Nice work staying hidden in Gransel. We have quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. We've finished our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready. Alright. We are waiting on your order, Estelle. Huh? My order? You're the ones who originally received Her Majesty's request, so we're waiting on your command before we begin. But I'm just a rookie. That really doesn't matter. I don't think you have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay? We'll be there to help. We have no objections. Have a little faith in yourself. Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with things as they come. Right. Okay, then here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued. I'm so freaking hungry. I probably should have bought some more supplies, you know. Isn't it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. There's no telling when the rogue guardsmen might finally show themselves. There weren't more than 10 escapees. If the colonel really put his mind to it, we could hunt a lot of them down in no time. If you think it's so easy, then go ahead and try. What? Lieutenant Schwartz? Oh, there are a lot of guys here. Listen up, we have word from the ID ship. We apparently have a lock on the Royal Guardsmen. If we get there quickly, this will be our chance to wipe them out. Roger! That settles that. Wow, there are a lot of them. Idiots. Their ship's locked down, you'll never be able to use it. If you'd just done as the colonel said, we would have spared your lives. But now you're going to die, and you've only got your own stubbornness to blame. Take this! Bracers? You can't be serious. You're not actually going to try standing against the Royal Army. Sorry to disappoint you, but you've already been marked as criminals. By order of the Queen, you will let us pass. The ambush party is on the move. Go ahead and lure the remaining forces into the front gardens. You can break into the villa while they're distracted. Sounds good. Adios be with all of you. Alright, looks like they went for it. Now's our chance to sneak in. Okay, roger that. Yeah, don't actually have to do the sneaking myself, apparently. So, this is the Airby Royal Villa. It's gorgeous, certainly gives the castle a run for its mirror. Well, it is a royal family residence. Oops, looks like the welcoming committee is here. Who are you people? You don't need to know our names. Words will serve no purpose here. Let's go!
Hey, over here, you yella!
Oh, nice. Now I wanna do this. Oh, bloody blood. I do not want to press that.
Let's move out!
Couldn't hear us. Now, where's the princess being held? This place is huge. We'll just have to search it room by room. Just hang around here. You can bet we're going to have more company, and soon. Let's get a move on. A second. Fuck!
Finished.
I should stop using those by accident.
Piece of cake.
Oh, this is a nice experience. Not fun, attacked out of nowhere. It looks like there's still quite a few soldiers in the villa. They're patrolling the corridor in the central courtyard periodically. Our only option will be to silence anyone who sees us. So... But there... Wow.
Hey, over here.
Wow, that was a nice crit.
That's that then. Let's move out.
That's nice experience. We're getting to level 32. Closer and closer. Who are you people? Crap, we totally picked the wrong room. What are you doing here? Haven't seen you before. Good evening, we're with the Bracer Guild. Huh? No need to get up, just enjoy yourselves and rest well.
Hey, over here.
Nice.
That's that then. Let's move out.
100 experience, wow. We're almost there. Oh, and Zin is getting closer to level 34. Well, phew, well, that's taken care of. They're too drunk to really know what's going on. It's like some kind of bar, same as the one in the castle. Please don't kill me. I'm not with them. We know that. You work at the viewer, right? We've come to help at the request of Her Majesty the Queen. What? Really? You're honestly here to save us? Yes, so will you calm down already? Phew, I just be praised. I thought I was done for when my reporter friend was taken away. I hope he's alright. Reporter friend, you must be Niall. You know him? Then explained that Niall had gone missing and was still unaccounted for. I see, yes, I'm the one who contacted him. He came to get an interview with the princess who is being guarded here. His passion for his work is hard to argue with, so I wound up sneaking him in and showing him the way. But he was spotted and taken prisoner. Yes, and much to my shame, it was only then that I realized the severity of the situation. I heard that Her Highness was being kept here to protect her from any potential terrorist assault. The truth is that she's being held prisoner by the intelligence division. I was so glad that she was coming that it simply had never occurred to me. I am truly unfit for my position. Come on, no need to be depressed. Would you happen to have any idea where the prisoners are being held? Yes, they've all been gathered at the Crest Room, which is the innermost chamber. It's a large banquet hall used for events like the formal signing of treaties. Got it. Alright, let's go and check it out. Well, a quick rest won't do me any... will do me some good, so why not? Nice.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Hey, Joshua leveled up. Oh well. Oh, thank you for grouping up like that, guys. You are so helpful. I still almost leveled up as well. It's locked. Oh no! It seems pretty solid and the locking mechanism is quite secure. We definitely won't be able to get in without the key. Maybe we should talk to that young Chamberlain. And they're still leveled up as well. Zin is getting close too. Let's first rest really quickly, and then we'll talk with him. Still explained that the door is locked. Ah, so it's locked then. The key is normally in the possession of the Intelligence Division Company commander. I believe he left when the terrorists showed up. Huh? Which means that it was taken by the ones who ambushed Lieutenant Schwartz and her men? Not good, there's no time to go back. Just a moment. There's a spare key to that door. It's here somewhere. Memory serves me, I believe it's hidden somewhere in the gallery. Roger that, gallery. Let's hear it. Where exactly is the gallery? Oh. Wow, okay. Stop missing.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Okay, let's get in and see who's there. Who are you? Why do you look so familiar? Hey, you guys won the martial arts competition. That means you're with the Bracer Guild. That's right. I don't suppose we could persuade you to just forget you saw us. Shut it. We're defenders of an impregnable fortress. You won't pass us, you have to go through us. Wow, this will hurt. Okay, if that's how you want it, guys.
We're good to go.
Not this, god damn it!
Not now.
Stupid. Ah, stupid controller. Just die already.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Hey, there's Niall. You. Yo, we're here to save your bacon. Hello, Niall. You don't look in too bad a shape. Are you serious? Still, Joshua. I never thought I'd see you here. Huh? You're the princess. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it's a little late for introductions. So we meet again as promised. Chloe? Still, I sincerely hope you're joking. You ought to have recognized me sooner. But not with the dress and the hair and the things. What happened? Pardon us, Chloe. He still doesn't know how to doubt people. Hey, what the hell's that supposed to mean? Haha, there's the Estelle I know. And Joshua, you'll still use that name for me? Yes, since it seems to be the one you'd prefer. Would you rather I use your real name? No, but thank you, I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so what are you doing here, Chloe? Give me just a second, guys, please. Okay. Sorry for that, for the interruption. And for that matter, why isn't the princess here? Estelle, you're that stupid. She's right in front of you. That's the queen's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. But... Ah! I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you. I had planned to tell both of you the truth when we next met with Granso. But then Colonel Richard had me detained. Yeah, but why? Why would the princess be hiding out in an ordinary school? And why did you have us call you Chloe? I'd like for you to keep calling me that. My real name is Claudia von Olslese. Chloe is a pet name that Jill came up with using bits from my whole name. Really? Then what about your hair? Oh, this is just a wig. If I had the same hairdo as when I was on campus, I wouldn't. It would probably just create trouble. Can't believe I missed the connection myself. I've seen your picture often enough and I remember you from the mayoral scandal in Rouen, but I never put two and two together. I'm sorry. It doesn't seem that Uncle Dunan and Mayor Dalmo recognized me either. Oh yeah, and Duke's even related to you. Oh, I forgot something important. Stella explained the whole story, including how they had come to rescue Chloe and the Queen's behest. I see. To all three of you, I extend my deepest gratitude for coming to rescue me. Oh, it was nothing. Heck, if we'd known that it was our Chloe in here, no one would have had to ask us. Still, no doubt. You should save your thanks for Her Majesty. She's the one who deserves them. She had no concern for herself, just that we should save you. I think your safety will give her the strength to resist the Colonel's demands, though doing so may endanger her life. Yes, that is her way. If something is not done, then she is in grave danger. I think I've seen enough of this little farce. Princess Rian! What the? She's General Morgan's granddaughter. He's imprisoned at the Haken Gate. I'd say they're taking her to keep him from causing any trouble. Just as they did with you and Her Majesty. This isn't just some idle threat. Every man in the special ops has a dream, and we will stop at nothing to achieve it. And that's something you're proud of? I'll make you a deal, Sergeant. Please take me as your hostage rather than the child. Ha! Not a chance! I know I said we'll stop at nothing, but even we don't have the nerve to harm a member of the royal family. General Morgan's grandkid, on the other hand, suits our needs just fine. He's a valuable hostage and it's not going to cause any real problems if she was to end up getting hurt. You're a monster. I'd have said coward myself. Pathetic, disgusting, sick. Pick an adjective. You can talk all you want. It's almost time for the patrols to return from the Royal Avenue. Then you can round up the guardsmen and the bracers. Not bad for one night's work. Yeah, I'm afraid that won't be happening. We already took your buddies out on our way over here. Hey, Shira! What? What? there, it's alright. Hi, you two, long time no see. Shira? You came? Damn it all, who the hell do you think you are? Young man voice, some people just have no manners. Think of that as my special gift. And how did Olivier escape his embassy? That's just cruel. Hey, who fired that shot? Olivier, I'd guess. Bingo! And the star makes its dramatic entrance. Please, hold your applause until after the performance has ended. Haha, and the drama turns into a comedy. Nice meeting you again, Sherazade. It's been a long time. Indeed it has. I never thought I'd find you in life, bro. But I was honestly quite relieved when I heard that you'd fallen in with Estelle and Joshua. Well, I think you're overestimating my capabilities, like usual. As for you, you've only become more beautiful. I barely even recognized you. Oh, really? I'm suddenly brimming over with something akin to jealousy. Am I merely a toy to be used when convenient and cast aside when boredom sets in? Hey Olivier, Aina's been wanting to see you. She is hoping to go out for drinks again. Forgive me, I have committed a grave offense. I swear, none of you ever change. I'm glad to see you, Shira, but I thought that the Royal Army had the checkpoints completely sealed off. Yes, but we crossed Valeria Lake by boat and docked at Gransel Harbor. That's one way around the problem. But how did you wind up falling in with the failed, excuse me, traveling musician? We ran into each other at the local guild branch. He was like a lost puppy, so I didn't have much choice other than to bring him along. I simply couldn't allow such an amusing and interesting show to go on without me. And may I ask who this fair lady is? Alright, introductions. This is the Queen's granddaughter, Her Highness Princess Claudia. She's a friend of ours. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Thank you very much for coming to help me. I think nothing of it. It's simply doing my duty as a bracer. And I could scarcely consider myself a gentleman if I did not leap to the aid of a lovely lady of noble birth. The honor and pleasure of this meeting is entirely my own. Your Highness, are you well? Julia, Zig! Yeah, good. I'm happy to see you again. Thank goodness you're unharmed. I was so worried. The feeling is mutual. Before long, the bracers involved in the diversion and the Royal Guardsmen joined forces. After seeing to it that the rescued hostages could get some rest, Estelle and company gathered to assess their current situation. Words cannot express my shame. If not for my ineptitude, none of this would have come to pass. I am so ashamed I could take my own life, were it something to be permitted. Please do not say such things. I am just happy to see you alive and unharmed. Thank you for coming to save me. Your Highness, not that I am not moved by all this, but I have to ask, why is Zeke still here? Scree? Haha, he is Her Highness's escort, as well as a messenger for the Royal Guardsmen. After all, did he not deliver the letter to your hotel? Oh, that night? I thought it might have been him. That must also be how you learned of Her Majesty's request. Yes, I heard it from Zeke. Her Majesty sent word through him from the Royal Keep. But the crest room in which Princess Claudia was held had no windows for Zeke to use. I was very worried when I was unable to make contact. You just about gave me a heart attack though when you sent that message to us. Zeke, that was just plain mean of you to leave that letter and not let us know it was you. He says he's sorry. It's okay. By the way, have all the special ops troops been dealt with? Almost all the soldiers in the villa have been restrained. However, there are quite a few left in Gransel Castle. Much of the Royal Army is under Intelligence Division control, even outside of Gransel. We're not careful, we run the risk of them seizing control of this building and branding us all as rebels. Whoa, I hadn't even thought about that. It's a good point. I think it would be best if we were to get Chloe to a safer location at the very least. Perhaps we could seek asylum at the Erebonian or Republic embassies. Since they're considered foreign territory, it would make it very difficult for them to lay a hand on her. There's also that special ops ship that we seized nearby. We could use that to allow her to flee the country for the time being. It wouldn't solve the whole problem, but it would buy us some time to find a better solution at the very least. I agree. Regardless, we need to find some way to get her to safety. Everyone, I understand the difficulties of the current situation, but will it be possible to make an official request of the bracers? What? The hostages have been rescued, so I think it will be alright. Of course, it depends on what the contents of the requests are. If so, I must ask you to do the impossible. Will you help in retaking the Royal Castle and rescuing Her Majesty? Your Highness, I see, that's right. This time we have to help the Queen. To be honest, I consider the question to be ridiculous, because the answer is obvious. But Your Highness, this is no small thing you're asking for. Quite right. There's no chance that a frontal assault would work, even with the capabilities of everyone here. I think that capture special ops ship has potential, but we're going to need some kind of seriously clever trick. I have an idea. If everyone will please look at this. Princess Claudia produced a very old looking map. Huh? What's this map of the castle, I assume? Or the sewers? It's an ancient diagram of the sewers below Grancel. Knew it. One of the things it lays out is the path that leads to the castle cellar. What? What's the meaning of this? How can we have lost contact with the Herberol Villa? Most likely it has fallen to an external force, either the guardsmen or the bracers. Those interfering little... Were you not in command of that division, Second Lieutenant? It is a pity, but what's done is done. Obsessing about it now will accomplish nothing. Furthermore, we must strengthen the castle's defenses to ensure that Her Majesty is not taken. I don't need you to tell me that. I want the castle gate sealed, not a soul is to enter from here on out. The only attacks I should need to worry about are the ones that come from the sky. Yes, ma'am. Once that's done, scrape up troops from wherever you can find them, anywhere in Libero, and send them to the villa. Priority 1 is to subjugate the terrorists who deceived the royal family. Yes, ma'am. So, that would be you? Haha, nicely done. Of course it was. I've served with this unit for some time, unlike you. I swear, I will protect this castle while His Excellency is absent, no matter the cost. You're a bloody idiot. Okay, here's how we're going to free Grancel Castle and the Queen. First, Joshua and 2 others will infiltrate the Grancel sewers. Only the 3 of us? Not even Shira is gonna come with us? You proceed to the Royal Guard room and open the castle gate. Got it. Time to light a few fireworks. Aha, well, it does seem appropriate for the beginning of the final act. As soon as the gate opens, the guardsmen and 4 of the bracers will make their way to the castle by way of the streets. We need to make a real spectacle to draw all of the guards together in one place. You're in good hands. Alright, I've been looking forward to this. And finally, Your Highness, are you certain I cannot get you to reconsider? I'm sorry, but I must be there to help my grandmother. Also, I know how to pilot an airship. I hope to be able to put that skill to good use. If I'd known this would happen, I never would have taught you. It's okay, Lieutenant. We'll look after Chloe for you. Oh, we're splitting Joshua and Estelle? I swear, she will be kept safe or my nickname isn't a silver streak. I understand. Please, do what you can. Once the men inside the castle have been concentrated into one area, Estelle and her team will sit down in the garden terrace. Then they will break into the Queen's room and rescue her. Roger. Both operations will begin at the stroke of the noon bell. Everyone is to remain on alert until then. Alright, you have your tasks. Get to them. Dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Joshua, please be careful. Don't go taking any unnecessary risks. I'll be fine. And you try to be on your best behavior. Don't overestimate your own strength and make sure you watch Shira's back. I understand. Whatever happens, remember our promise. We see each other again safe and sound in Grancel Castle. Count on it. Joshua, there's no telling what kinds of creatures inhabit the sewers. Please, take the utmost care. I know, and I will. And don't worry about Estelle. You've grown so much during this trip of yours. Not just in your skills and bracer qualifications, but in your hearts, or so it seems to me. Shira... What does that mean? It's nothing, save it for later. Even in times of crisis, you can always count on these 2 brats. Haha, quite so. Now, I think we'll be heading out. May we meet again, my lovelies. Adios be with you. Joshua? Hey, Princess, do you ever wonder if those 2 have some kind of destiny in store for them? Yes, that thought had crossed my mind. They always have a smile for each other. I have to admit, I'm even the tiniest bit envious. Looks like the regular soldiers have been replaced with special op guys. The aim has probably gotten quite desperate since we liberated the villain. Security seems a lot tighter than normal. Perhaps I can help loosen them up with the dulcet tones of my You do anything conspicuous and that guy will be on you faster than you can say off-key. Mueller, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You two should definitely, must rather, not get near the Ereborian embassy. It could be quite dangerous, yes, quite perilous indeed. Haha, well, neither of us has time to just drop by there. Once preparations are complete, we have to get inside the sewer. Okay, but we'll leave that for tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and hang out. Hope you have a great rest of your day and hope I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.